Talking about books I read this summer. Speaking of stories from the swamp, I have to shout out the Mi'kmaq critic and scholar Krista Collier-Jarvis for introducing me to this really sweet horror novella by Mi'kmaq author Tiffany Morris titled Green Fuse Burning. Now, you look at this novella, you see it's real thin, it's only got 100 pages, and you imagine, I'll probably knock this thing back in one, maybe two sittings, but I guarantee you won't. For like its primary influence, the swamp core novel Solar Storms by Linda Hogan, which I talked about previously. This very short text is very preoccupied with dense, poetic language, devoted a lot to descriptions and very rich images. But whereas the images in the earlier novel Solar Storms were more romantic and melancholy, because Green Fuse Burning is a horror story, the images here are of a more nightmarish and hallucinogenic nature. In terms of story, we follow a grieving Mi'kmaq visual artist named Rita as she, after the untimely death of her father, goes off on an artist retreat by herself to a cabin in the swamp, hoping to rekindle her creative energies. But what she finds instead, besides having to face, the darkness of her soul, is a landscape that almost seems to want to reach out and swallow her up. And without spoiling where this all ends, I'll just point out that what keeps you hooked in this book for its 100-page duration is the fact that the individual chapters are broken up by these museum tags describing the works of art that Rita will go on to make as a result of this retreat, but sort of eulogizing Rita and describing the art as if she died in the process of making them. So the whole time we're going through this story, we're sort of anxious and fearful of what dark fate will befall Rita. This is a very short but challenging and dense story that'll scare your pants off and hopefully make you think about swamps very differently.